What's up, C-Pop Universe? Welcome to Pop Thoughts Review, and I am excited to talk about one of the first franchise I could really sink my teeth into, something that really made me an avid gamer back in the day. This franchise brought gore to our video games. It is the reason we have the ESRB ratings on all of our video games today. This is a 20-year legacy with over 11 games. This is NetherRealm's Mortal Kombat 11. Does it hold up to the juggernaut of a legacy that it has created? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. So if you're going to jump into Mortal Kombat 11, then you need to jump right into the tutorial first, because it is hands down the best tutorial I've ever played in a video game. If you're a beginner and you've never played a fighter before, it's going to walk you through simple tasks like running, jumping, and how the rounds go with in the fighting system of Mortal Kombat. But if you're a more advanced player, if you want to see how the pros look at fighting games, it's going to walk you through all the pro tips, like the startup frames, the end frames, the nuances of the counters, the defensive meters, the offensive. I mean, it walks you through everything, and it doesn't just tell you, it makes you do it, which kind of creates its own little mini game for the tutorial. And I'm going to tell you, it's not a quick tutorial. It's going to take a couple hours to get through it, but you're getting loot as you do, and when you get done with it, you can get to the crypt, and it'll give you a few hours of loot to go through the crypt and get your customizations right off the bat. If you want to try a new character, if you want to learn the character that you've grown to love in Mortal Kombat, it has character tutorials as well that walks you through the techniques of the Mortal Kombat character. But you didn't buy Mortal Kombat to play a tutorial, you bought it to fight. You bought it to have Mortal Kombat. So how is that? I'm here to tell you it is a significant upgrade from every other Mortal Kombat that I've played. And I didn't think that at first. I did not think, when I looked at the character models, I thought, wow, that's not much different than Mortal Kombat 10. Until I watched a side-by-side video of them, and I realized, wow, they put so much more detail, little details into each character. And that way, when you get to customize them later, it really adds to the different looks you can give each one. The brutalities, the fatalities, they're campy as all hell, and they're awesome. They're super gruesome, super gory, and super creative. The final blow is a mechanic. When you have about a third left of health, it gives you a chance to unleash this really sick combo that does, it really should be a fatality, but it's not, but whatever. But it'll get you back in the game. If you listen to the Culture Pop podcast, I kind of shit on that. I didn't like it, but after playing the game a lot more now, I kind of learned to appreciate the strategy of when to use it. And the good thing about them, unlike Injustice and other NetherRealm games, they're incredibly easy to block. So it becomes like a strategy on when are you actually going to use it. You don't just unleash it. And you only get one. You only get one for all 3 rounds. So you got to decide, hey, is this the round I want to use it, or do I need to save this thing? There's plenty of characters to choose from. This is one of my, not a gripe, but this is one of the things I like to see better out of NetherRealm. There's a lot of original characters like Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Shao Kahn. A lot of guys are making a comeback. I'd like to see them go on the route of creating a lot more new characters. Now, I get it. It's not going to be Mortal Kombat without Sub-Zero and Scorpion. But after 11 games, I really do want to see more characters. If Ed and Tail's waiting another year to do the animations and things, that's something I would like to see. But at the start, there's plenty of characters. There's some coming back from old. There are a few new. The one thing I have a gripe on is the pre-order characters. But I'm going to talk about that when I talk about the bad stuff in this game later. So, let's take a walk through the modes. What are you going to be doing when you play Mortal Kombat? Well, you're going to do the story mode. And the story mode is much like Mortal Kombat 10. It's like an interactive movie, and it's very seamless. So the movie will be going on, the fight will start to happen, and boom, it just seams right into the fight. And I really did enjoy it. The story it's campy, it's Mortal Kombat. If you like that, you're going to like this. I liked it because a lot of the original looking characters were kind of remade for this storyline. I don't want to give away too many spoilers. So I did enjoy seeing a new Liu Kang and a new Scorpion and all this come back, like with next-gen graphics. The story does try to branch out once in a while, but I'm going to be honest, it's really nothing like that matters. You're going to pick between one fighter or another sometimes, and it's just a small dialogue change. I know it's a lot to ask with how rambunctious this movie story thing is, but I would like to see those choices matter and take me down different paths during it. The one complaint I do have about the story, it is incredibly easy, even on hard and brutal mode. It is so simple all the way through, and then you get to the last boss, Kronika, and she's super hard. There's really no grade up to get to her. It's like easy, super hard. To get the good ending, you're going to need to beat her 2 rounds without losing. So replaying it, probably not a thing you're going to do, but you know, it's definitely worth the go through at least one time. All right. So once you beat the story mode, you're going to want something to sink your teeth into every day. It has its classic towers. That's always in the games, and they're fun. But Towers of Time is where you're going to spend your time. All right, NetherRealm. This is where I'm going to get a little mad. When this game came out, this was such a cash grab thing. And the Towers of Time were super frustrating. They had what these are towers with modifiers. So your enemies won't just be fighting them by themselves. Maybe they have projectiles that they shoot at you. Maybe they have tag team partners that come in and whoop your ass. Maybe they have, the ground freezes and then you freeze with it. I like these in past games. But when they brought this game out, they intentionally made this super grindy and super hard so that you would buy consumables. And what consumables are, they give you a modifier. They give you an advantage to keep you in the fight. But with the ridiculous amount of health that they gave their AI, with the ridiculous combos, like you get close to someone, oh, the screen goes black, and he's still whooping your ass with his tag team partner, and you can't see him. Or the ice walls that slowly close in and just keep freezing you constantly, where you can't even move by the time you get halfway through the match. These things are unacceptable. Now, NetherRealm came out and said, hey, we all bitched about it, and thank you all for doing that. And NetherRealm came out and said, hey, we agree with you. We're going to fix this. You didn't agree with crap. If you did, this wouldn't have been a game from the start. I don't like these business practices from a franchise that I have loved forever. And NetherRealm, you're on warning here, little asterisk by your name. This is something I hope you learn from and you don't repeat later on when we get Mortal Kombat 12. Now, what you did do, though, is you immediately backtracked it and fixed it. And you put it in a position where it is super fun now. First, you gave us a stimulus package to make up for your crap. Thank you, because that was a good stimulus. 500,000 coins, 1,000 soul stones, whatever. It turned in good. The health of the AI was drastically made more fair. It was drastically lowered down. The loot that you got from winning a tower drastically went up. It doesn't feel so grind. Now, you're still going to grind to get the things you want out of the crit, but I'm telling you that before, you might have been there for years before you got the right thing that you wanted. Now, definitely, it doesn't feel like such a grind. It feels like a pleasure to go through the towers to get to the things you want. Going through these towers, you're getting currency. You're doing it to get loot. And when you get that loot, you're going to the crypt. And that's returning from the past Mortal Kombat. Now, the crypt isn't much different. It's a little bigger. It's got a few more puzzles. But it's pretty much the same thing that you've been used to from other Mortal Kombats. The problem with the crypt, and this hasn't been fixed, and I don't think it will be. I think it's too late at this point. Is every chest is totally random. So before, gamers could get together on the internet and say, hey, I want this Liu Kang skin that I really like, or I want this thing that I really need, and I don't want to search the crypt for 6 months finding it. There was coordinates on the crypt, so we could relay this information to each other and go get the things we wanted. Now, you cannot. It's totally random when you're in there, except I think for the heart chest. But, so if you want that special customization thing that we're going to talk about in a minute, you're not going to get it. Maybe you get it in a week. Maybe you get it in 6 months. Maybe you don't get it. That's a problem I hope they fix in future Mortal Kombats. Now, the extent in which you can customize a character is greatly amplified in this game. And for that, I am super appreciative. You guys know how fighting games are. After a month or two of playing them, after becoming a master of the game, there's not a lot to fight for. But in this game, if you want to unlock all the customizations, you're going to be there for years because there's that many. I mean, each character has like 70 different skins. Each character has 3 different equipment spots, and each spot has 20 different variations. Then there's augments for each one of those that you can be grinding out in the crypt and the Towers of Time. It's got icons. It's got different taunts. And you can customize your moveset for the first time in Mortal Kombat history. Each player now has base set of moves, but now you're going to complement them with 3 moves that you pick off a list. I really like what they did, and I hope this is something they continue to do with each iteration of Mortal Kombat. Online mode, I'm not going to really talk about that much. I'm not a big online fighter kind of guy. There's always a latency issue, and I have heard that the netcode in this game is pretty good, but I'm not testing it out because of frustration levels that come with playing online. So what's my final thoughts on Mortal Kombat? Well, this game, in my opinion, is the best iteration of Mortal Kombat to date. The fatalities, the brutalities, the fighting mechanics, they're all there. All the things you become to love about Mortal Kombat are there, and they're better than ever. Now, the problems I have with Mortal Kombat are the things, some of the business practices that it had coming into this. Pre-order bonuses are unacceptable to me. Okay, if that thing is on the disc when I buy it, I want access to it. I'm not going to the game store to pre-order. I got a million things to do. I don't want to be pre-ordering games all the time and keeping track. What do I get when I pre-order? If you want to do a early adopters bonus, your first shipment, put it on the discs, and then make everyone buy a month later. But if I buy that game within the first month and I don't get what's on the disc, you're gonna lose a business customer. Now that's not just NetherRealm, that's all of them. Shao Kahn though is $6 if I want to buy him. That's 10% of this game, and that is unacceptable in NetherRealm. Plus your little shit with the grinding to get us to buy consumables. These business practices have to end. Video game companies are getting out of control with them, and I love this franchise. But honest to God, I will make a stand against these types of things in the future, because if we don't, they're going to continue to happen. Despite these flaws in the game, and these are the business practices that maybe they were out of the developers' hands, this game is a well-made Mortal Kombat. The developers put a lot of heart and passion into everything that makes a Mortal Kombat game a Mortal Kombat game. And you can see it in this game. I'll be playing this much longer than past iterations because of all the customization options that they have given me in this game. At the end of the day, this game is an 8 out of 10. I really liked what they did here. I hope their business practices, I hope they learn from their business practices. And when Mortal Kombat 12 comes down, we have a nice, clean game to start with. If you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, hit that damn bell up in the corner. All this stuff helps us grow as a channel. We have a lot of content ideas coming your way. We got Godzilla, which we're all excited about. Days Gone, a bunch of stuff coming. Summer's going to be great. E3's coming up in a couple weeks. So make sure you're coming back for all of our Culture Pop content.